All right, welcome
Look at
to
all this.
I know. Welcome back to the nonsense. Welcome back to the Barely Fun channel. Hey, everyone that's hanging out with us live on Twitch. So first note, before we get too far into things, it looks like Mixer's shutting down. So unfortunately, it's not like we had a lot of growth on Mixer. We will miss the platform in the sense of we were able to very easily do some co-streaming and stuff like that. Until that time comes, we're going to be just streaming on our individual channels here on Twitch, which everyone can give a plug for here in a minute. And let's hope we can get to the point where Twitch opens up that squad streaming to everybody so that we can get back to doing these 4-player streams or 3-player streams that we really prefer to do. Until then, you'll find us all just here on Twitch. I don't know about Jeremy. Jeremy might not stream at all, but that's okay.
Yeah, I may or may not, but it's not in the future worry cards for me. I don't really honestly give a fuck. So
Yeah.
Can't be bothered.
I'll maybe sit down and figure it out one day, but right now I'm not worrying about changing all that stuff on the internal streamer. So
Yeah. But yeah, you can always...
I'm gonna wait. As far as the internal streamer, I may wait till the dust settles anyway, because they're gonna wind up changing all that shit anyway.
Probably.
So...
But yeah, you can always find us here every Friday night on our individual channels. You can also find us on YouTube at Barely Fun channel on YouTube. That's short URL that we're using for right now, since we don't have a custom URL through YouTube, is bit.ly/BFC YouTube. You can also find us on our Facebook page, where you can find all of our same video uploads, same day, in lower quality, an hour after it hits YouTube, which is facebook.com/barelyfunchannel. I myself am your gracious host, always trying to keep the ship going, always trying to make sure that we're making the right decisions. Unfortunately, Mixer
while everybody else punches holes in the ship.
Nah, you guys are fine. We're just unfortunately losing Mixer. That's definitely something that we are going to miss. But yeah, you can find me here at twitch.tv/MajiShine. We've got the usual cast of characters here tonight. Randy, Anthony, and Jeremy. I'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves, starting off with Randy, who is over to my right.
What's up, guys? This is Randy over at twitch.tv/TheFuryX and youtube.com/SeeTheFuryX. I've uploaded a couple of Last of Us 2 episodes, and since I have New Game Plus, I'll continue the story with New Game Plus.
Next in line to introduce things, if he can get his webcam working, if not, he can just go ahead and still do his thing, is Anthony over at Tauntaun Gaming.
It's fucking...
It's not.
It's not
gonna be nice. Anyway, we'll skip Anthony for now. You've also got Jeremy, our resident quintessential gamer. He's the Lawrence of the group. What's your let's just to plug things. What's your gamer score today?
Stand by.
Standing by.
Where?
The day that you
279,603.
Say that again.
279,603.
So you're
closing
a little bit.
Yeah,
you're about 20,000 away from 300, which we're definitely gonna have to figure out something to do for
down
that.
a little bit because I've been fucking nose deep in Lego games, which aren't exactly the quickest completions, but I also don't go for quick completions. So
there's a lot of things happening on Anthony's side of the screen right now.
Ah!
Sweet Jesus.
But yeah, Jeremy, if you do decide to ever stream, where can people find you if you do decide to stream?
Twitch.tv/JeremyX103, I think it is.
Okay. And finally, back and in business is our resident Japanese resident, Anthony over at Tauntaun Gaming.
Hey, I'm Tauntaun over at Tauntaun Gaming. I mean, now without Mixer, so it's just What's a Tauntaun, twitch.tv/What's a Tauntaun, and you can find me on YouTube. I'll be streaming on there as well. And Maybe I'll upload it. It's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, it's that labored breathing. Just the sound of defeat. Just
It's just okay. To go back to the Mixer topic, though, it's a shame that there's one last major competitor in the market. Yes, Mixer was not doing the type of business that it needed to do. It was not bringing in the right types of people that it needed to grow the platform. The decision to bring on Ninja and the other people that they brought on with those multi-million-dollar contracts was probably not a good idea. But
Ninja, Shroud, and I can't remember the third one.
Yeah. But, I mean, there was some benefit to the Mixer platform. I would say on a stability side, Mixer had the better API when it came to direct streaming.
The absolute near 1-to-1 of what viewers could see versus what I could see on my screen is probably unparalleled.
Yeah. It's a shame because the technology was there. It's just the platform.
I'm just the stupidest person in the fucking world. Okay, never mind.
But yeah, it's a shame that that's going away. We were really hoping to be a part of the growth of that, even though we really didn't make a lot of growth ourselves. We were hoping to be a part of that growth. But we'll see where things go.
And it seemed like it had less. I know we're streaming this on Twitch, but less dumb people.
Yeah, the downfall about Twitch is it is buried with, I don't want to say dumb content, just
the dregs.
Less than quality content, I guess.
No, it's just everybody's there. So I mean, it's the numbers game at that point. You're going to get all the normal people because there's just that many more people there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, to move on to a different topic, there is definitely some very interesting rumors coming out of Microsoft lately. Of course, we're expecting their July event later this month. I think it was slated for the 21st, correct?
I've seen the 20th, 21st, and 23rd.
So it's still not a set date. Microsoft has not put out anything directly about when they're going to do their big July event. But it's going to be around the 20th, 21st, 23rd.
Oh, just for announcements and stuff.
And
I think a lot of developers are planning to do a virtual display for all things coming later this year.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. So to go on to that topic just a little bit, where does E3 go next year? Right. Say the Backstreet Boys tour is over with, right? And
all right, Aaron.
I don't think it's ever going to end, dude.
Right. Even if it does, say we get lucky, right? If it does, and we get back to a norm next year, what does E3 now look like?
Do you want realistic? Do you want what I think they should do as a business professional with a master's degree in like running business?
Why not both?
Which I have.
Why not both? Let's hear both.
Realistically, depending on where we stand next year, they're either going to turn it into a more virtual event and try and ride out the storm and revamp it in 2 to 3 years, or they're just going to basically cover their eyes and shove their head in the sand and say, hey, it's on full force next year. We'll see you or we won't. Mm-hmm. And what they should do is basically just hand the keys to Jeff Keighley and let him run the show. Because whether it'll be good or not is to be questioned, because he's, he does things of varying quality, but he also puts his heart and soul into him, and he loves the industry. So he'll make sure, he's already made sure that E3 has survived in a form so far this summer. So I feel like he should have the keys to the show, because I think he would cut out all that ridiculous chaff that we've been dealing with for the past 3 years.
I could see that working.
His video game show awards does really well too.
The Game Awards, for an award show, the Game Awards are wildly colorful. I do enjoy watching them. I've watched live. I think I've watched the past 3 years. Last year was very good. The year before was kind of iffy, especially with the Razer mascot guy running around, but you know, you got to get money, I guess.
Any other? What would everyone like to see out of a proper E3 event?
Stuff.
Do you think we could get
stuff of
more
substance? Not just hey, here are the same old games that we've been touting for the past year in order to get to this point, and here's like 10 seconds extras, more stuff. Just I want actual like substance.
Well, I mean, take it from the perspective of specifically for next year. We'll already have 2 new consoles on the market. Possibly, there's rumors that there's going to be another Switch model released in March already. That's in the can of being in the rumor mill. So we'll see that. So possibly a third.
Not portable.
That's the rumors. The rumors are that there is a non-portable Switch that will look like basically a Switch dock with all the components of a Switch in it.
Honestly, the best thing for E3 is to stretch it out across a whole season like they're doing now.
You think they could be a kind of monthly platform?
Like a month-long festival kind of thing is the perfect market for something like that, because you can have the on-site experience and be perfectly fine and not have it all crammed into 3 days. And, you know, I do miss the keynotes. I do know that they put a lot of stress on the development teams because they have to develop specific builds for those that almost never touch the 1.0 of a game. But I feel like having these things stretched out to about a month and just doing these little presentations here and there would alleviate some of that and stretch it out and give everybody kind of their due diligence in the sun and make it a little more accessible for people to see.
I think the struggle there is going to be is that Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo have gone whole hog in on the whole them just doing it themselves.
Exactly.
So where does that leave E3's?
I feel like that would be E3's response to them, to be like, okay, you know, you don't have to come to our show. We would still like to host your events in this new format. That way it is roughly on your terms. You know, you have a month to work with, or 2 months, or however long they want to stretch this thing out to. And, you know, you can completely control your own thing. You know, you can control your own destiny. You can show up or not, but, you know, they're not stuck to having to go to Los Angeles for a week and a half to deal with this shit.
It makes me wonder what the ticket sales for the actual going to the events every single year, like how much of an importance that was for their bottom line when it comes to profitability.
Who knows, man? Because the conventions. Well, first off, the California economic market is also vastly different than even the rest of this country. And then the Los Angeles Convention Center is probably just a beast on its own. So who knows how much any of that shit costs to even keep in house.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, we've got the Xbox E3 coming up. They're calling it Xbox 2020, which is what a lot of people are calling their events now. And there are rumors.
Rumor has it it's hosted by Barbara Walters.
By Barbara Walters. That'd be actually.
That's a joke. Something's out there.
But no, like legitimate rumors have been coming out that there is a very possible announcement of what the Xbox Series X price will be. Because they're kind of at the point where they're no longer going to wait for Sony, because they already have a good idea of what Sony's console price is going to be already. And that alongside that, they're going to be announcing a significantly cheaper Xbox Series S, which is a smaller version of the console, possibly doesn't have a disk drive, has a lower level processor, a little bit less RAM. Think of it as almost the equivalency of what a One X is today, just in a different form factor. And that is going to be half the price.
It would be the 1S to the Series X's 1X.
Correct. But the biggest thing about it,
the 1X, it would still be one step down from the Series X.
Yeah. But I mean, the biggest thing that they're talking about is it's literally going to be like half price of the Series X, which I'm curious from you guys' perspectives. For those of you that are buying a PS5, would something like the Series S be your secondary console purchase, or would you still want to get both of the higher tier consoles to start?
Higher tier.
Higher tier?
Yeah, because I mean, if the rumors are true where you can start upgrading components and whatnot, then I'd want to do that. Because I'm pretty sure if they just give us the Series S, it'll be a locked-in box where everything's integrated into the motherboard and you can't upgrade anything.
I feel like the component integration isn't going to happen. Otherwise, they would have showed that off when they showed the box off.
Who knows? They might show that.
That would have been a big selling point.
They might show that at the show. That
So,
like full features plus the price point.
So, how, Randy, share with for everyone who might not know, share with us what the rumors are about that whole modular possibility of changing parts out.
Well, there's already rumors that it's going to be like a gaming computer where you have, high-end things, and then as time goes on, they'll come out with newer components and you could just replace the components for cheap rather than continuously buying newer consoles for the newer games.
I wonder how that's going to work, though, because have you seen the teardowns of the actual Xbox Series S?
I was trying to find an image of the exploded view because it doesn't seem like it's modular friendly for the
average consumer.
For the end user mind. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. For someone like us who is technologically inclined, we could probably do it. So I'm interested. We'll see where that rumor goes come July. Anthony, for you, would the cheaper Series S, since I'm confident you're buying a PS5, would that be your first Xbox purchase of the next generation, or would you want to also go the same direction that Randy is and want that highest tier model? Don't think you can hear us.
I would say that for the PS5, it'd probably just be the high tier model, because really all I really play on those is the exclusive. So if it can play the games that we're playing at the time, and then once we're done with them, you just delete them off.
I was about to say, so secondary question to that point is, would you go for the disc version or the discless version? Because they're both performance-wise the exact same. It's just there's a rumored $50 to $70 price difference in new drive.
So usually I go for the discs, unless
I like having it out.
Get the digital.
See, I'm the type of person where
it's just
sorry, go ahead.
Based. It's just the thing about the discs is like it'll still take some space, but not as much as if you were just to get the full digital copy of a game.
Well, most discs nowadays install the entire installation file onto your hard drives now.
Yeah, and I get the feeling with the increased fidelity and all this shit, everything's going to be on there anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Sony's biggest selling point is they talk about that proprietary hard disk technology. I can't see much else than basically what is the basic installation, installing from the disk, and then your disk acting as a license key nowadays. I don't know any optical drive that could keep up with the read speeds necessary for performance that I'm pretty sure Sony wants.
I would lean disked as far as like my personal thing, just because I like having the option. Mm-hmm. And every now and again, places like Amazon and whatever will run a good deep discount on a disc copy, and I'm like, well, if I don't want to play it now, I'll spend $5 to get the disc instead of paying $10 to get it digitally.
Yeah. For me, I see my Xbox as my primary console, right? I don't even own a PS4 anymore, just because it got to the point where there wasn't enough content on the PS4 that I felt was necessary to own both. Down the road, I can see that changing, but I'm at the point where I'm gonna get the Series X day one for sure, and the PS5 is gonna be. If I do get one, it would be an all digital version, but that would be years after it launches when the price drops. If I do it. In other gaming news, there's some interesting things.
I think it really depends on the launch games.
That's true. I mean, for me,
the price and the promo offers are the big sticking point for me. What numbers come out of the next couple months depends on when I'll be getting these things. Because if I can get a Series X for half price because of a trade-in value on my One X, I'd be more inclined to do so. But personally, my One X is just over a year old, so I can't see myself dropping another $400 on a console right now.
To go on to the next thing to talk about, and this is kind of piggybacking off of some inside gaming topics. It seems that specifically, and this is mostly for indie developers, that the Game Pass service has been a boon for them when it comes to actually getting sales of their games. A lot of developers have come out in the last few days and specifically talked about how putting their games on Game Pass in comparison to when it wasn't on Game Pass. So this is games that had a life cycle that was slightly outside of Game Pass. The rest of it was in Game Pass. They saw a 3 to 5 time increase in the amount of actual sales of their game by being on Game Pass compared to when it wasn't on Game Pass.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a similar model to what the Xbox 360 arcade had, where every game that hit the arcade had a demo, so you got to play what you were getting. Well, and that translates to sale more often than not, because I mean, there's no better way to know what you're going to get than actually play it.
Well, I think what's interesting is they're attributing it to that word of mouth type of sharing. So someone who has Game Pass within a group of friends tries a game and is then encouraging all their friends to get the game as well, whether it be through Game Pass or specifically for those people that don't have Game Pass subscriptions and they're just buying the game outright. I mean, it's an interesting thing. There's plenty of people.
Yeah, or they don't realize that it's on Game Pass.
Yeah,
and they go and download it.
I've seen Reddit threads where they were talking about this topic, and since we're all big Monster Hunter fans, this is the reason why I bring that up. They said that they started playing Monster Hunter on Game Pass, and out of fear of missing out when that game drops off of Game Pass, all of them bought it. Not only just the base game, but the expansion too.
Well, it also doesn't help that the base game goes on sale for like $20 every 3 weeks.
Yeah. When it came out, it was just like I went and bought the before getting Iceborne.
Yeah, I have a physical copy of World now because of that. I would have never decided to buy that if it hadn't been for Game Pass giving me the opportunity. And there's so many games on there that when I know they're going to be coming off of Game Pass, I've bought several copies of games that I would have never bought on my own without being able to actually sit and play it for a while.
The one figure I would like to see is kind of attributing to that is I'd like to see the percent of sales over the time that it's on Game Pass and see how many of those come within that like notification cycle of when it's going to be leaving, and see if people do that whole last minute purchase. And
well,
I'd like to see that broken down just out of sheer curiosity.
Well, one of the other things that some of the developers talked about is games that are on Game Pass. When it comes to when people go onto the Xbox storefront, those games get a lot of priority for popping up in that front page, which is then also encouraging people that don't have Game Pass to buy it. Because it's kind of like a marketing thing for them. If it's on Game Pass, Xbox is promoting it. and so it's getting.
Well, they've also added that Game Pass tab to the homepage too, so they're making it as visible as possible.
Yep. I think it speaks to that subscription model that I think we're going to see an interesting change to, and it makes me wonder how the other services that we have are going to compete with that. Will we see a PS Plus version of Game Pass? Will we see a Steam version of Game Pass? Don't know.
I mean, it's not like 1-to-1, but PS Now is not unsimilar to Game Pass. It's just it's streaming and it cycles a little more rampantly than Game Pass does. But I mean, I've had a couple of experiences with PS Now, and I haven't had the best experience with it. But it's a small source material of maybe like 3 times on the couch, so I'm not the best judge. But I know that they have that at the very least. I just don't know how much of a buy-in that is on their ecosystem compared to how much people swear by Game Pass on Xbox.
All right, so real quick, let's do a quick roundtable to close out the show. What releases are coming out soon that everyone is super interested, and kind of why are you interested in it?
Yakuza Kiwami 2, because I want Kiwami 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of waiting for that one on the short term.
But we're talking about new releases.
Can't think of anything really except for Spider-Man Miles Morales.
How upcoming are we speaking?
We can talk within the next 3 to 5 months.
Okay.
It's around there.
Around that. I mean, excluding Cyberpunk, because I think we're all on the same page when it comes to Cyberpunk, right?
I'm thinking maybe Paper Mario, but even then I'm not like jonesing for that game, so I don't know. I don't really have anything.
Kiwami 2.
Anthony, I think you got muted by Discord again. Yep, there it goes.
You got super muted.
I'm definitely within the next 2 weeks. I know what I want, but I'm gonna let Anthony kind of give us his thoughts real quick.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
That makes way more sense because you kept cutting me off.
Sorry.
When I was trying to say anything.
I think we're okay. Next time around, we're gonna try this on Zoom and see if we get a better call quality out of this shit.
Sure.
Ooh, virtual backgrounds.
Ugh.
But yeah, Anthony, what's your kind of on your excitement level for next up?
Well, besides Cyberpunk, probably gonna get back into the Assassin's Creed world. I've been getting really pumped about Ragnarok because I've been like looking into Norse mythology and all that kind of stuff, and I was really excited about Norse mythology from God of War. So I would say Ragnarok, and then also God of War 2 is really big on my want to play it, because the first God of War I definitely just played right through.
Nice.
And I'm waiting for the next one to come out.
As far as like the new formula for those Assassin's Creed games, I don't know how much you've played any of them, but I will say I've played through the first half of Origins and I really like it. It's not like the older games, admittedly, but they are really good games thus far. So
I played Origins all the way through the story. So yeah, I'm all about the new.
It was I really like it. I really like
the a lot of people are kind of like, oh, it's just so different from the original games, but
those are also the same people that say the OG Resident Evil 1 from 1996 is better than anything we're getting these days, and they're wrong.
For me, and this is really, really upcoming. I'm talking about like a week and a half. I am super happy that another Paper Mario is coming out. I love Paper Mario games. The new one looks like it's going to be a little bit better than the previous one that came out for Wii U, because I was a little bit disappointed.
What came out on Wii U was a stepchild, so
it just didn't have the same quirkiness, the same it just didn't hit the same. To say the
Did you ever
least.
play the one on 3DS?
Oh yeah. I've played every single Paper Mario game.
Lost then. That
Yeah.
one on 3DS was bad.
It was bad, but the combat was decent. So I'm really hoping that they get back to the understanding of how quirky a Paper Mario game should be, and they're getting back to that 1,000-year door feeling. I know I'm never going to get that because that's a nostalgia thing, but it'll be nice.
I hope so, but I want to get that game, but I don't know if I want to pay $60 for it.
I'm going to stream it so that you'll be able to watch some of it.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody will be streaming. I think Ray's going to stream it too. There'll be plenty of people to see it from.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, until next time, we're going to call the show there. For all of you that are watching us live here on Twitch, stay tuned. We're going to jump into some Clubhouse Games 51. For all of you that are watching this pre-record, stay tuned to the YouTube channel. Stay tuned to the Facebook page. You'll get to see some of the gameplay that's coming out. Some of the things that we do have coming out in the next week are some of our No Man's Sky gameplays, some more Minecraft dungeon gameplays.
Quote gameplay.
Yeah, well, the No Man's Sky is just going to be a riot. We still need to fix a few things. But also upcoming on the channel, you can, if you want to watch us live later this month, we are definitely going to be playing some Minecraft again and getting back into the Nether. I'm building a brand new world and base and everything. So it's going to be awesome. I got the whole storage system all figured out. And
I made a really nice bridge.
So, and Jeremy made a really nice bridge.
What? I did.
But yeah, until next time, friends, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you later.
Happy birthday, Jeremy.
And happy birthday, Jeremy. Bye, guys.